really disappointed and quite frankly perplexed by the flip-flop of Manitoba. We haven't even made any comments on any plans yet. They had submitted a plan where they'd recognized that there's a cost to pollution, but unfortunately now they're with the federal Conservatives and Conservative parties across the country who think that polluting should be free.
Disappointed, perplexed, those are the words the federal government are using to describe what they call Manitoba's flip-flop on the federal government's national price on carbon. But like Ontario, Alberta, Saskatchewan, and possibly now New Brunswick and PEI, Manitoba has turned on that plan. Why did they change their view? Is Ottawa better off going it alone? To find out, joining me now is the Manitoba Premier himself, Brian Pallister. Great to have you back in the program, Premier.
Thanks, Evan. My pleasure.
Well, they called you a flip-flopper who thinks that polluters should be able to pollute for free. Why are you abandoning the carbon tax plan that you came on this program and told me we've got a great carbon tax plan?
We've got a great green plan. And that green plan is 67 pages, acknowledged by the Prime Minister and the Environment Minister as the best such plan in the country of Canada. 1 page on carbon tax, 66 pages on remediation activities that are going to help reduce carbon. What the feds have done here, Evan, and it's a mistake, they made this all about their power and carbon tax when it should be about us working together to address climate change. That's what we're on to here in Manitoba. That's why we lead the country in hydroelectric investment, for example. Triple per capita what Quebec or BC invests, and we deserve respect for our green record. And our green plan didn't get the respect it deserved. We tried for a year to work with Ottawa. We tried to explain to them the merits of our plan, developed by Manitoba, better for our green plan objectives, better for our economy too. But we didn't get that respect, and that's disappointing. And that leaves us no choice now but to oppose their strategy.
Okay, let me just try to understand that when you say you didn't get the respect. You came on the program and you've said for a long time that you would put a price on carbon, and part of that was a carbon tax, $25 a ton. You said you'd meet Manitoba's requirements, it wouldn't hurt your economy, it was all good. Even though you disagree with them, why abandon that now?
Well, because frankly, Evan, what we've got now is a threat hanging over our heads in Manitoba that if we go ahead with our flat like the Prairie Horizon plan, the feds will come in and they'll double up on it over the next, starting in a year. Look, I'm a guy who's been married to the same woman for over 30 years. I'm into long-term relationships. I'm not into short-term dalliances here. So I want a relationship with Ottawa and the other provinces where we can work effectively to battle climate change. We're committed to that green fight. We're going ahead with our green plan, but we can't do it under threat from Ottawa to reverse the measures that we think will work. Dominic LeBlanc said he didn't care if Manitoba's plan worked better than Ottawa's. They were going to invoke a tax anyway. That tells you that this is all about power when it should be all about fighting climate change.
You do, though, believe in the merits of a carbon tax. You believe that would actually work. You're not saying the idea of a tax on carbon or a price on carbon doesn't work. You fundamentally support that idea, though.
What I support is keeping Ottawa's hands out of Manitobans' pockets, Evan. We're coming out of a massive debt problem, mismanagement from years of previous administration, and we're making progress attracting capital to our province and growing jobs. We led the country for the last year and a half in attracting investment here. But that's not going to continue with the threat of a higher carbon tax from Ottawa over our heads. It's not going to work. So I think for Manitobans, they're tired of Ottawa threatening them in respect of this issue, and they feel disrespected. They feel this is a dangerous proposal.
So what happens now? The federal government says, thanks a lot, Premier Pallister. We've heard about your flip-flop, as they like to call it. We're still going to impose this on you. What are you going to do when they impose it on you?
Well, they love me when I had as part of our plan a flat and low carbon tax, and now they say I'm all for pollution when I got 66 pages of green plan and we're acting on it. Tells you they're wanting to make this about politics and power. What I'm interested in doing is making it about fighting climate change. I want this country to do its part and more. I want Manitoba to do its part and more.
But will you challenge them in court?
Cleaner and better than it was. Well, because the fact is the federal plan's not going to work. It doesn't work because it's all based on carbon tax. There doesn't seem to be any evidence to me. Look, they went out and did gleefully announced LNG thing for BC this week. Great, nice. Okay, carbon spewing, right? Got a pipeline going from Alberta. Awesome, really good. These are not helping fight climate change projects. We have projects in Manitoba we're paying for without a buck from Ottawa, okay? $16 billion over the next 10 in hydro alone with not $1 from Ottawa, and we are getting threatened with a higher carbon tax. Look, we're green, we're going to stay that way. I just wish Ottawa was.
All right, I got to leave it there. Premier Pallister, great to have you on the program always.
Real nice pleasure. Happy Thanksgiving.